This is the informational video for the Hurricanes Breakout EDU. This Breakout EDU is appropriate for grades 4 through 8, and then depending on the content, maybe an environmental science high school class. All of the codes, as well as all of this information, is located in the lesson plan in the Dropbox with a folder called Hurricane Breakout EDU. There's also a PowerPoint and a Smart Notebook file that have the introduction with a video, a little synopsis of what is going on, some information about working together to break out, and then after, there are debriefing questions for the students to answer. So after they break out and the class comes back together as a whole, there are some debriefing questions. This Breakout EDU can run as a whole class with one box, or can run with 2 or 3 separate boxes going in the classroom. If you notice, there are labels on all of these. So these have the blue label. There's also green and yellow labels that can go on all of these things, so that you can spread this out around the classroom and have 3 groups going at one time in your classroom. The purpose or the goal of this Breakout EDU is set up as a story. There is a hurricane that has developed in the Atlantic, and it is heading towards the U.S. Students know that we are not sure of the path of the hurricane, but that they will need to track the hurricane to then prepare for whether it's going to hit land, and then if it will hit close to where they live. So in the breakout box, students are breaking out their tracking hurricane map, as well as a bookmark for hurricane survival kit, letting them know what exactly they would need for a hurricane survival kit. And then there's also a bookmark with some statistical information about Hurricane Katrina. Students will have 2 hint cards, so that throughout breakout, if they come to a consensus and they need a hint, they can give the hint card to the teacher, and the teacher will help give them a hint to help them with either their clues or a lock. There are several locks that the students will need to unlock for this breakout. There is a word lock, where they will need to find a specific word to unlock that lock. There's a directional lock, a date lock, where they'll have to put in the day, the month, and the year, a key lock, a 4-digit number lock, and then on this silver box is another 3-digit lock, and they'll need to find out how to unlock that box as well. The small locks, the 5 locks as you can see here, will all be locked onto the breakout box with the hasp. So you will need a hasp. So now we're going to start on the different clues. So the first clue that they're going to have is this X marks the spot picture. And that's to give them a clue to the rock. And the rock will have a chalk, orange or reddish X marked on that. And inside that rock is the key that will unlock the gold lock. The silver box will contain the black light. Students will need to find the 3-digit number to unlock the silver box, which will be hidden somewhere in the classroom, to get the black light to help them find other clues. The 3-digit lock will be found by completing a puzzle, and there are 3 separate puzzles with different colors on the back, and each color, once they put the puzzle together, will have a number. That will open up the silver lockbox. There is also a little informational sheet that talks about what the pictures are in the puzzle, and there is a clue to give them a clue of what that number is at the bottom of that informational page. The 2 QR codes link to a video and informational text, which will give them information for the 4-digit number lock. So watching that video or reading the informational text, students will be able to find the number for the 4-digit lock. The newspaper articles, and there are 2 of them, one will help them with the date and the other is a distractor. The students will need to read the articles and find the date. Now, if they unlock the silver lockbox and have the black light, when they highlight that black light over the dates, they will reveal which date they need for the date lock. But these are our date lock clues. Moving along, our directional lock. The direction of storm movement is for our directional lock. And there is the rotation of the storm. But if students can't figure it out with the rotation of the storm, then they can use the black light again, and in invisible ink is written the directions 1, 2, 3, and 4 for which way they need to move that directional lock to unlock it. Our word lock has several clues. One is a riddle. We have 3 pictures. And then there's also a worksheet with fill in the blank. Once they fill in the blanks, if they use the black light on this page, they can shine the black light and figure out which box is highlighted to give them the clue for the word lock. Now these are our clues to actually unlock the locks. There are several distractors within this as well. So some of our distractors include the Atlantic hurricane names, so they can try some of those on the word lock. There is an evacuation route, which shows contraflow and some pictures of contraflow. That could distract them with the directional lock. There is a rebus for hurricane. There is a hurricane crossword puzzle, and I would have 2 of those laid out for students to work on. There is nothing highlighted on this. The word lock does not appear, that special word does not appear on this, so this is completely a distractor. There is a picture of the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, some other hurricane symbols that are all distractors. So all of this would be hidden around the classroom with the Breakout EDU box in the front for the students to find these and try to unlock the locks. Once students unlock all of the locks, they will open up that Tracking a Hurricane paper and their bookmarks. Either as a class or as independent work or as in small groups, they can complete the Tracking a Hurricane worksheet. That Tracking a Hurricane worksheet has some information that goes along with it, and it is walking the students through the approaching storm. They will be able to name the storm, and then they will plot the location. And then using their bookmark, they can write down the appropriate action or what they need to be doing to prepare for that hurricane. Once everyone has broken out of the box, if you have multiple boxes going on in the classroom at one time, then you will let students choose their sign. Either they escaped, they almost escaped, or epic fail. And we will take a picture of them with their breakout time to document their success or close to success. All right, if you have any questions, at the bottom of the lesson plan is my email address if you need to get in touch with me for any questions or help with the resources.